Welcome to the short bedtime yoga practice designed to help you release your day and to prepare for some deep, restful sleep. We'll begin down on the floor and then we'll gently make our way up to standing so you can slip right into bed. So let's head to the yoga mat. We will begin in Balasana, child's pose. So just bring your big toes together and make your knees nice and wide on your mat if you're on a mat. And then we're just going to take our hands out, reach them out, dropping that forehead down to the floor. Breathing here. So we're really trying to release our tailbone to our heels. And I'd like you to just go to your breath. Seeing if it's possible to breathe in and out through your nose. And just deepening the breath into the belly. So sending your breath to your belly. As you inhale, your belly expands. And as you exhale, your belly draws towards your spine. If this pose isn't comfortable enough for you, you can always use a blanket or a thick book to place under your head, or a blanket on top of your heels so that you can rest your tailbone on it. Just a couple of more breaths here, in and out through the nose. And then we're gently going to come up into a tabletop, but I'd like you to just walk those hands slightly away from your shoulders. And we're just going to make big circles with our hip bones. So imagining you're painting a nice big full moon on your yoga mat or on the floor, wherever you are. Really releasing the tension from our hips, releasing our day from our hips. Our bodies love to store our tension in our hips. And then gently changing direction and seeing if you can involve the spine and the neck. So maybe as you come forward, looking to the belly button. And then as you move back, arching that spine and looking forward. Nice, slow, mindful movements. Breathing in and out through the nose. And then come back to a tabletop and we're just going to head back to Balasana. So bringing those big toes together, nice wide knees, and bringing the forehead all the way down to the floor again. Going to your breath, breathing in and out through the nose. And I'd like you to make a prayer with your hands, and you're just going to drop that prayer behind your head, so bending at the elbows. And letting that prayer fall to the back of the head. And then just pushing down into the elbows to give those triceps a really nice deep stretch. And then bringing the hands back down onto the floor. You're just going to walk your hands out to the left on the diagonal. And then push back down into the yoga mat. And you're just going to breathe into that right lung. Really feel that right lung expand, the rib cage expanding as you breathe in. Slow breaths. Get a nice deep stretch down that right side. And then changing to the other side, taking the arms over to the right. And then dropping the head down. And getting that deep stretch on the left side, and then breathing into that left lung, really expanding it as much as possible. And then slowly bring the hands back to the center and gently come up into a tabletop. We're going to find a downward dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. Tuck those toes, sending the pelvis back and up on the diagonal. Breathing here, and you can just pedal out those toes, those feet. So pushing into the ball of the feet in one foot and then the ball of the foot on the other. Just really stretching out those toes. You may have been on your feet all day, so we just really want to take care of those feet, giving them a good stretch out before bed, releasing any tension they've gained from your day. And then find your downward dog. And you're just going to slowly walk your feet towards your hands, nice and slowly. And then once you're there, just going to have a nice soft bend in the knees, letting the head and the shoulders completely relax over. So the crown of the head is facing down to the floor. Then we're going to take a nice deep bend in the knees, and we're just going to roll up through the spine. So tucking the chin towards the chest, dropping the tailbone down to the floor as we gently roll up through the spine, stacking those joints on top of each other. Lovely. And then we're going to come to the centre of our mat, and we're just going to release the day by swinging the arms up and out. So a nice bend in the knees as you release the arms down and out, down and out. Releasing the day. And then we're going to try the other way, so they come down and up, down and up, down and up, inwards. Good. Really letting those arms relax and fly. Lovely. Then reaching up nice and tall, we're just going to take a Keshapana mudra, and we're just going to take a little side stretch over to the left. And then a nice big inhale up. And exhale, and then inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, over we go. And back to the centre. And then a big, massive stretch. I just want you to take a big stance, opening the legs, opening the chest and the arms, taking up space. And down we come. Good. Take the hands into prayer pose. And we're just going to swing our arm back as we drag it across and down the arm. And again, it's like we're cleansing our arms, shooting the energy out of our arms down into our fingers. If you don't have enough space to do this, maybe you're in your bedroom, you can just have your arms hugging each other and swinging as you bend the knees. Just really letting go. Good. And then as you're doing that, it's just slowly going to make its way down towards the earth with those hands. Good. And then release. And then you're just going to swing your body side to side. Again, we're releasing the tension from our body. Just letting go. Good. And then just again, let them just slowly come to a natural stop. We find our Tadasana again. And we're just going to give ourselves a nice thigh stretch. So if you need to be by a wall to find your balance, head to a wall. But we're just going to pick up that left leg. We're going to grab it with our foot. And we're just going to pull our heel towards our buttocks. Breathing here. Again, you can have a hand on a wall if you need it. And we're just going to circle that knee round. Again, just releasing the tension of our day from our thighs. Again, another muscle that loves to hold on to our tension. And then give that one last squeeze towards the bottom with that heel and release it down. And then the other side, picking up the foot, squeezing the heel towards the bottom, dropping that kneecap down to the floor, and then just gently making a little circle with that knee. Again, imagine you're painting a small circle of light down onto the floor with that kneecap. Breathing here. And one last pull towards that bottom with that heel, stopping the circles and letting it drop down. Good, well done. And then you're just going to have space between your feet, and I just want you to have a little bounce, a little shake out, so that you're just shaking off the day. Bounce, 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 bounce. It feels really nice actually. If you just let yourself go, you can even have a little giggle if you want to, releasing the tension. Good, well done. And then find that Tadasana. We're going to bring our hands to prayer pose in front of our chest, in front of our heart. And we're just going to have a little Sankalpa. And the Sankalpa is, I release what I no longer need. I release what I no longer need. You can close your eyes and you can just silently say this to yourself 3 times, or you can say it out loud. I release what I no longer need. And then you're slowly going to take your hands up into the air, and everything that you need to release from your day today is in between your hands. Gently open your eyes, and then we're just going to softly separate the hands, and it's going to release out into the universe. We release what we no longer need, and then slowly let the hands come down by your side. Bring them into prayer pose one last time. Well done for taking this time for yourself. Namaste. So, how did that make you feel? Leave me a comment in the comments below before you pop into bed. And it would mean the world to me if you could just take a second to hit that subscribe button. Thank you for being here. Sending love and kindness.